doing too well. We'll get it together and pull it together. Andrea Sweet Gaines is on the boat early, Papa. Also,
Hey, sweetie.
Miss Artsy herself, Doris Potter's on the big boat. And the mouth from all over the world. Reggie D is on the boat early this morning. My brother Ron Cummings up early out in Phoenix, Arizona, getting ready for that Arizona Jazz Festival. Kenny Hartman Skelton, I see you on the boat, baby. And we're going to be rocking to Renita O'Banion. She's on the boat early. And as I mentioned before, we have the pastor of the Word Church, Alfred Weems III. He's going to be coming up shortly and talking about some of the great things they're doing over at the Word. And just check him out. But let me get back to this. Arlington High School had a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to meet with the new principal, Mr. Stan Law, over at Arlington High School. And we're going to be doing some great things in the community. As I go back to my / alma mater school I started at, didn't graduate from. But we're going to bring awareness to bring some great programs over to that community in the east side of Indianapolis. And also proud to announce that we will be hosting the ABA basketball games there beginning in November. My brother Kevin Jones and I had an opportunity to meet with the athletic director and the principal of Arlington High School, and it's a great, great facility, and that gives us an opportunity to build awareness and bring sponsorships and awareness to what's going on over at the school. So I suggest if you have something that you're doing that's of quality nature, community building, let's get with Brother Stan Law and support him and the great works that they're going to do. Coined a slogan the other day, Papa, a new night, a new day. Since they're the Arlington Knights, it's going to be a new night, and he's a new night. Stan Law, we love you, man, and just got your back, brother, as we build awareness and community around that great school. So many great people came out of Arlington High School. Vivica Fox, Wayne Rapperts, all those great people, and just to name a few. And we're going to bring awareness to what they're doing over at Arlington. So you stick and stay and listen to that. And also, the Well Counseling Group is going to join us. Mental health in the African American community is something big that we don't address. And a lot of families have some issues, whether it be young people, old people, schizophrenia, psychosis, whatever it might be. And we don't address those topics a lot of times. And we just think we can say, oh, you know, that's just such and such. No, such and such has problems, and we need to address them. And there are ways to help address these problems. And got a new book out. There's 3 people of that organization I want to recognize right now. 2 of the young ladies came in. Calvin Day is an MD, and Elizabeth White, they came in yesterday, and my brother Reginald White. All 3 of them formed the Well Counseling and Consulting Group. They have a great book out, Drag 'em, Kicking and Screaming, and I just started reading the book, and it's similar to the book that Dr. Umar Johnson has, talking about our African American children in the educational system and how they're always quick to just put them on drugs, our young African American boys on drugs, and it's a big, big problem because if you did not know, once these young people are put on and prescribed to medication, now they can't get a proper education because they're putting them in classes that won't allow them to go to post-secondary education. But not only that, they are not eligible to enlist in our military, which is also a great way for some people to find themselves and maybe get themselves together if they played around a little bit too early in the school system. It's at least an option. Skippy, you know all about that. You were in the military. And had you been prescribed to some ADHD medication, you would not have been allowed to go into the military. And there's things that they just don't talk about in our community, and we need to know all of these things. And welcome aboard, my brother, Mr. Chris O'Banion.
It's good to see you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And just in here today, man, feeling really good. It's been a great week, a trying week. You know, the closer you get to the top of the mountain, the harder the struggle gets, as they like to say. Winning the championship isn't easy, and I'm in the game, baby, and we're going to win it. So we're going to have a great show today. But what's been happening in your world, man? What's going on with WebSource International?
Well, first off, my wife got home. She's been gone for a week, so WebSource has been skyrocketing. That's not because she was gone.
You know, Jumbo Love was going to throw that out there. I was going to ask.
Hey, we have to make it real, right? I've just been a working machine. No, well, WebSource, everything is going great, man. We've been doing a lot of big projects, surveillance has been on the increase tremendously, so we've been working on that quite a bit for the last several weeks. But we're going to be working on a big project at Favorite Garden Neighborhood Center. They're going to be upgrading their IT solutions and putting in network and servers and just all the things that make these old buildings become new again. So we're working hard at it.
Well, I'll tell you, man, it's been a very, very prosperous week as far as what we've been trying to do, what I've been trying to do for the last 8 or 9 years in building awareness and programming that will affect our community. I just want to give some big shouts out to Myron Duff, Nicole Oglesby over at IUPUI and their outreach engagements community. We will be doing some programming at 2 or 3 different locations where we're going to do re-entry programming, teaching these people getting out of prison how to become entrepreneurs versus just getting them work ready. So I want to give big love to them. We've also got social media marketing, how to let people understand that if they don't have these skills, the chances of them being hired is going to be limited. Also, the East 38th Street Library branch, Miss Tiffany Brown and Shanika Hayward doing some positive things, and we're collaborating to put some programming over at Arlington High School where some of these same programs will be involved in their curriculum. So these are the types of things that go on here at RadioNext.tv and the Jumbo Love Show and all across our platform. Please check out the Faithcast site, the Rock Room site. Our young people are on fire. They're doing some great things, and we're going to have some programming introducing some of these young talents on the Rock Room station real soon, one being Miss Alexis Taylor, who is the junior Indiana Miss Black Expo Queen. And we're going to have a show, a real diversified show with her coming up. And also some of the students over at Arlington High School are going to be able to brand themselves in marketing and social media. Principal Law has already said, let's do this. So I'm telling you, it's on fire. It's what we said we were going to do, and God's making it happen. So we're just going to keep pushing it and make it go down. We want to give big shouts out as well. Vicki Peterson's coming in today. Senior home care. Let me tell you something. Been running in more and more to some people who have had some issues about how they can be taken care of and be involved in the community as they reach the age of 65, 75, 80 years old. And this forgotten demographic that we have to really, really encourage and help, because they hold the wisdom, people. The older people have the wisdom. They might not be able to move around as much. They might not be sound in the technical skills that are taking place in this 21st century information age, but the wisdom that they can bring to the young people that they're helping to build and grow needs to be heard. So I just want to honor her and have her come in this platform today and talk about how we can get our seniors involved in the community and just bridge this gap, because I say it all the time in the programming we build. The older people know how to read, write, and speak effectively. The young people know how to work this technology, but they don't have a clue about how to speak and how to talk. And so we just want to make sure that we bridge the gap and get the programming out. Lee Martin is texting me right now. See what I'm saying, bald head? Had a partner of mine from grade school on Terry Churchwell is what we used to call him. But he is actually Terry Williams when he was adopted earlier on. And we're going to have Brother Lee Martin and his co-host Flo coming in on the Big Boat next Saturday to talk about a lot of the things going on with what they're doing over at Federation of the Blind and the Bosma Enterprise Work-Ready Educational Programming. So we're going to take a break. Bobby, kick that jazz, take some names, because we got Pastor Alfred Weems III in on the boat today. He was in on Tuesday. I said, you have to come back, man, because the works that they're doing in our community, trying to work with our young brothers and sisters, is incredible, and you're going to meet him after we come back from the break. You are listening to the Jumbo Love Show here on RadioNext.tv and the Cool Groove site. Come on back, Pastor. Got anything coming up on you? me Pastor Lee's,
I'm sorry, Mike. Good. Chris, man. Nice to meet you. Yeah, let's see.
We're actually doing a strengthening families workshop that's gonna start.
okay.
Our sponsor is she in Marion County. Strengthening families.
It starts with,
So it's just something concerns,
I just want to get a brief, you can tell them about it, I just want to make sure I can get that. It was incredible, man. Megan actually had a chance to reach out to my daughter's little sister. They're putting it together, man. They're putting it down already. Yeah.
she was talking about how excited she was after this. She said that your daughter kind of reminded her of herself.
Oh, she's a sharp little cookie, man. She's already like in her senior year of college, and she's only like 20 years old. She came out of high school and had, I think, 14 college credits already or some of the curriculum she was taking. Yeah, she's a bad little sister.
Who's gonna cause you purpose?
Oh, man. So proud of them. My daughter just got a great promotion with the Hilton Properties in Atlanta. So she was in Atlanta, and they gave her the job. So she'll be doing more like consulting on when she goes into a different property all around the country and showing them what they do, best practices, how to make their clients happy and all that. I said, go on, baby girl, work it. Morning, sunrise. Yeah, I just started reading this, man. We're gonna have a mental health show coming in on the platform. They do the Well Counseling Group, and really powerful. You know, African Americans dealing with African Americans in the school system, the families, and all of that. Powerful. They'll be starting up August the 10th. Yeah. Sure, bitch, man. I tell you, be picking posts. Papa D. He's I'm so happy, man.
Tired.
Steve Potter's in town, man.
This week.
He called me yesterday. I was in a meeting, and it was a picture from the point. I was like, oh, who is he in town already? By pastor or reverend?
That's what's fine.
All right. You know, I had to ask y'all, man. You know, y'all pastors. I be getting
My birthday is Alfred though.
I know. I know. we're back. You are listening to the Jumbo Love Show here at RadioNext.tv, and Bobby the Bit is kicking jazz early in the morning. And Pastor almost choked up when he heard that kicking and thought, Pastor Alfred Weems III, what's happening, man?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Absolutely. Welcome aboard the big boat on a Saturday morning, man. I was telling my people earlier that when we had the pleasure of meeting earlier this week when you and Megan Lynch were on and was talking about all the great works that's going on in the community, especially with our young African-American men, I said, you have to come back on the boat. First of all, introduce yourself to the audience, and then I want to hear a little bit about the Word Church and some of the great things going on over at that institution.
All right. My name is Pastor Alfred Weems III. I'm a pastor of the Word Church, founding pastor there. We've been together about a little over a year now, and we do something different. Our services are on Saturday. We do a Saturday night live worship service at 5 p.m. And so this is a busy day today, but I'm glad to be here on the ship.
Well, I'm glad you're on board, man. And as I was mentioning earlier, how Megan and yourself came in and was talking about really attacking issues that pertain to our young brothers in the city, specifically our brothers. Saving Our Sons is one of the organizations that I guess you guys are partnered up with, and then the Apprentice Minds. Talk about what that concept is about, and just the uniqueness of it.
Yeah, Megan and I, we met last year. We were reacquainted this year, and she and her twin sister, Reagan, have established 3 separate companies or businesses. The one we discussed on Tuesday was Apprentice Minds, and the reason what ignited my passion as an entrepreneur as well was one of the businesses was entitled One Soul Saved. And as a pastor, and even a founding pastor, when we're struggling to put together ministry and to do it with excellence, the One Soul Saved was really an evangelistic tool for me, although it is one of the rewards that you get when you back the campaign. They're on a Kickstarter campaign right now for Apprentice Minds. And Apprentice Minds is an organization that helps young entrepreneurs discover, develop, and demonstrate their passions to the world. So it gives our young people an opportunity rather than dealing drugs or getting involved with illegal activity. It would help them it gives an opportunity for the community to get behind them with some financial support so they can have creator space, so that they can go and be the chefs that they desire to be, the seamstress, the business people, whatever their passion is, we want to help ignite that flame. So the One Soul Saved actually being one of the rewards. When you get behind them on ApprenticeMinds.com and go to the Kickstarter page, we can pledge support to them to help them find that creative space. One of the rewards, and again, when you try to help somebody or try to help our young people, that's a reward in and of itself. But Megan and Reagan have been so led by God that they have this reward. So one of the rewards is a One Soul Saved t-shirt. And the t-shirt is so unique, and that's what we became an affiliate as the Word Church with them because it's all biblically based. And on the front of the t-shirt it says One Soul Saved. It starts with number 1, and then it has 999,999 to go. Because their goal through that was, even if they're a separate entity, was to see 1 million souls saved. And so we can help save our young people by even sponsoring or getting behind that effort, which is an evangelistic tool I believe that the churches can use because it's all about the Great Commission. One of the things that I think that many of us fail to do as Christians is to evangelize, to get out and spread the word. I believe that our churches have become too sanitized, where we don't want certain people in our churches, but the reality is that's why the church was created. The church is a hospital where we should have people who are struggling with their sexuality, struggling with drug addiction, struggling with mental illness, struggling with alcoholism, struggling raising their children, struggling in their marriages, just whatever the struggle, whatever the sickness, whatever the disease, the church is the hospital that should be there in the community with an open door to welcome people like that in, because that's who needs to hear the word.
You know, Pastor, I say this each and every week, and I know people get tired of me when I say it, but man, when I read my Bible, Jesus was never just sitting still. He was toiling and mingling with the people who had issues, those people who were, quote unquote, full of sin, and the only way you can save is if you reach out. That's the reason when I heard what you guys were doing, my passion is to see what we can do to uplift, empower people, because all of us are wretches.
That's right.
And, you know, not one man walking is free of sin, so we have to get out and really reach out. And what I saw the other day was just a passion and a commitment. That's the reason I came back and I offered a platform for this great program. And we're going to bring some awareness. We've got a lot of these young people wanting to be musicians, and we've got all the tools necessary to make it happen. And
I was moved by your compassion that day, and you know, when you offered the space for the young people, you know, with a block of time to come in, and those who want to be in radio production, those who want to be involved with music, it's one thing to put feet to action. We got to put action to whatever our words say, whatever we desire to do. You got to bag it up, and you did that. And then there were some people who were on the air the other day who went right on and pledged financial support, which is what was needed. This campaign is unique because once you make your pledge, your monies are not drafted until September 1. That's the way Kickstarter is set up. So once it's fully funded, then the monies will be turned over to Apprentice Minds so they can have the creative space, so they can help to help develop these young entrepreneurs. And I like the fact that these are young entrepreneurs.
well, what's amazing is on Tuesday when the show took place, I had a meeting with IUPUI later that afternoon, outreach engagement community, and then I also had a meeting with Principal Stan Law, the new principal over at Arlington High School. And I was going to try to talk programming, and I went in, and the first thing I started talking about was this great program that came through my radio platform, and now they're committed to be involved and want to know how they can help.
That's right.
And especially a school like Arlington is coming back into the community, into our IPS community after a few years of turmoil.
Sure.
This is an excellent program to start getting those young people involved early, because it's a 7th through 12th grade school. And so you don't know it yet, but you've got a meeting over at Arlington High School with you and Megan to start bringing this platform over there as well. So we're going to globalize this platform here. Let's talk about the Word Church. And you say you're the founding pastor. The commitment. Talk about it.
I've been in ministry for 22 years, and probably pastoring in one capacity or another about 10 or 11 of those years. The Word Church is near and dear to my heart. God really laid it on my heart to start the church a little bit over a year ago. And I tell people all the time that the last thing we needed in this century is another church. So when you start a church in the 21st century, in the year 2015, you have to be what I say 100% called and half crazy, because we started with really no base, and just being obedient to what God has told us to do. And we've seen us, be sustained over the past year. And, I just have a passion and a heart for people. And here's the thing, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to come up with anything grand or new ideas. Just by partnering with certain people, just by our meeting on Tuesday, by partnering with Megan and Reagan with the Apprentice Minds and the One Soul Saved, and partnering with She Inc. with what we'll be starting out with this coming Thursday with Strengthening Families. It's an 8-week workshop where we're targeting young people between the ages of 10 and 14 to help them through workshops with the parents in one room and the kids in another room, and then we provide free child care as well.
Hold on to that thought. No, hold on to that thought, because we've given a lot of information in this first segment, because we're going to take us a break. Because what we're going to do is we call it Two and You. The bit jazzes it up for a couple of songs, and then we come back and give them some more information. And I want them to get some real good information about this program that you have coming up on Thursday, because this is very unique, it's very necessary, because I think a lot of times we go educate in different pockets, and we need to breed this education together. We're talking to Pastor Albert Weems III, the Word Church. Then we're going to come back and tell you about this great workshop, how you can get involved with your grandkids, your children. This is the Jumbo Love Show, RadioNext.tv on the Cool Groove site. Yeah, that's powerful. Let us know how we can be on this. We want to be a part of that.
All right.
Yeah. That's what we do, man. I mean, really. Because Christopher Banyan over here, he's WebSort International. They do web design, security cameras, all the build applications, all those things that these young people, Bobby's in IT, Papa D's out there doing work with youth and Buffalo Soldiers. So we've got so many different elements that we can breed community through. You never know who's attracted to what. Look at it. Mr. Pretty Boy Motorcycle himself.
I thought that was your
Oh, man, that's Papa D, man.
Hey, Papa, I saw they had Buffalo Soldiers on the TV the other day.
Yeah, we did the same for you.
Yeah. And what's funny is that old boy who had that big fat tire motorcycle, he pulled off, he almost lost it, right? But then there's a stop sign right there, and he just ran right through the stop sign. I was like, that's setting a good example.
He wasn't a soldier.
He wasn't?
No, that was, he probably.
He was the fill-in?
317. It was a joint thing.
Okay.
Us and 317.
I was looking for you, man. I was like,
I was there.
they must have, you know how they recorded it and they only spliced it up.
About the 56th person that told me had to pass the days. I didn't even know that they did it.
Yeah.
I didn't see any cameras up there.
Because they had a couple ladies, they were on bikes and they were pulling off.
I didn't even see him.
So Bobby, somebody was happy to get home and all of a sudden she saw Tracy out there. I was telling Tracy, give me a bag.
You know what was happening?
Give me a bag because the police were telling me to move on, right? And I pulled up there. And my wife, I said, bring a couple bags out now because you know, you go around, it's gonna be a half an hour.
Because after all the
I mean, at midnight,
planes
man,
and
it was-
airplanes getting diverted and all of that.
It was packed.
Earlier before the stuff came in, when the lightning started striking, at first they shut down the on-ramp. So Lakeside got in, whoever came in right then, nobody could get their luggage for hours, and they wouldn't leave. So some people, then the thing got canceled before they ever got out the airport. But once all that came in, it was done.
Man, who's performing tonight?
Well, you saw Ronnie,
Yeah.
the Ice and
That's what they tonight. They went
yeah, they tonight, Taylor Bell.
Ronnie was moving slow, wasn't he?
I don't think Ronnie's feeling
75
good.
years old.
I don't think Ronnie's feeling good. Because she was like I went upstairs, because you saw all that traffic, you know, trying to find a good way that I'd circle around a couple times. So they had to sit there and wait until I could get in. Then something else happened, the fire trucks came in, so that compounded the situation. And we're talking, it's after midnight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, flights got delayed and all that, so everybody's schedule was
Also,
really jacked.
was everybody in from the, well, Lakeside went in to Lake anyway, right?
No, Lakeside was here. Lakeside was here. Al Hudson and them didn't fly. They drove over or whatever. But Lakeside's band who was out in the airport. You know, they were out in the airport with their luggage, still sitting on the plane or wherever their luggage was sitting. They wouldn't put it on, you know, they wouldn't let them get it. And it wasn't until after 10 when Tracy said, oh, the luggage is beginning to come down now. So,
Yeah, I was in Kokomo and was back before he got off the plane. Right?
oh yeah.
Well, I didn't get back till 9:11.
It's like today, you know, she's saying they come in at 12. I'm like, I'm not gonna try to get there. You know, they come in early or come in late. I spent a lot of time in cell phone lot yesterday, but it's gonna pay. It's gonna pay. Oh, I spent lots of time in them. Today should be a good weather day, I think. I don't know. I haven't even, if it's raining, then it's raining. That's all it's supposed to be. So if we get up into those 90s, you know, when we get to the 90s, it's gonna storm, right?
At some point,
Man, it was so hot and humid yesterday. It was like a
There's been some
tropical
serious fires
tropical
out
rainstorm.
there
I
in,
mean,
Washington State. There's been some
I
serious
went over,
fires out of Washington
got a
State.
massage yesterday
Do
afternoon.
you know that
I was
all
on
this
the
stuff in the
fishing.
atmosphere got to be triggered when stuff is coming? There's been a wave of things for the past couple of weeks coming from the northwest down. And it's got to have something to do with all the wildfires out there in Washington State. And the wetlands. In the wetlands.
California was crazy, man. They shut
Yeah,
down,
all of that.
shut
Yeah,
down the
so
roof of Vegas, man. That
the
was crazy.
wetlands, man. They say it's the wettest place in the nation, but that's where the fire is.
I always say God flexing his muscle.
You're talking about back in the rainforest where they say there's moths hanging or whatever. There's something back there that they use for kindling. There's something inside, something back there that they out there in the rainforest. They go get that. So now with the fire out there, that stuff is burning. That's what's burning. All that kindling is out
out there in that rain.
Well, California is so dry right now, it don't take.
Well, that's California, this is Washington.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's just,
Yeah.
no, that wall of fire that came over the expressway was unreal, man. Did you see that? Man, I-15 from, LA to Vegas,
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
shut down in the Cajon Pass. There's fire that came up and went over there, they burnt cars. There were cars and trucks caught on fire, people were just running out of their car, just see the way, I'm like,
I would have drove up there in the first.
what, no one knew it was there.
Just
Nobody
like
knew
that
it was there.
storm. So the fires, yeah.
And he came up the hill and went up over the thing, and all of a sudden and I watched his truck
Fire
burn.
and wind, it's a done deal.
Then the cars were exploding, the gas tanks and everything. Then they had tankers dropping fire retardant, water, and all types of stuff trying to stop it. All at rush hour, 5 o'clock yesterday in Cali.
Wow. Whatever disaster you get, it happens, it's happening. Or not even disaster, the phenomenon, the natural occurrences of life, that's storms and earthquakes and hurricanes and volcanic eruptions, tsunamis and all that stuff.